Friends, welcome back. So in this step we will be connecting all the microservices with RabbitMQ, and once the microservices start putting the message into the RabbitMQ, the Jenkins server will start picking those messages. So let's connect all the currency conversion service, exchange service, and the API gateway server to the RabbitMQ server. So how do you do that? So let's go to the Eclipse. Okay, and here what you need to do, okay, you need to just add the dependency, nothing more than that. So let me close all other, let me close this quickly. Yeah, yeah, so let's quickly add one by one in the pom.xml. So what you need to do, you need to add the dependency. So you need to add the dependency of the Jenkins server and the Rabbit server, Spring Rabbit server. So how will you do that? Copy this, control C, control V, and here instead of Spring Cloud starter slough, we need to add Spring Cloud starter Jenkins. Right, and one more dependency you need to just add, control C and then control V, and instead of Spring Cloud starter Jenkins you need to add Spring Rabbit. Right, that's it. So add these things into all other pom.xml, control C, go to the currency exchange and paste here, save this, go to the other. So if you see, while saving, it's getting picked up to get the latest changes, since we have added the dependency dev tool, sorry. Now go to here, let it complete, it's taking time. We have so many services are running, so it has got slowed down. So we have put all these things into all the three pom.xml file. So if you are doing the first time, it will take some time to download this, so let it download. So some error is coming, let's see what is saying. The jar is missing. What is the error? Yeah, sorry. So instead of org Spring Cloud, this is not on the Spring Cloud, right? So this is on the Spring Framework dot AMQP. Yeah, should be save this. Yeah, it's gone. So control C, put here all the places, control V, and another here, control V, control S, yeah, control S. So this is for to check like the format, for the basically for the format. So you should always be creating a message in the format that it accepts. So for that you need to add the Jenkins dependency, so that the Jenkins server should understands that format. And the Spring Rabbit is basically to connect the microservices with the RabbitMQ server. So it uses the AMQP message protocol. So we need to add the AMQP dependency, so that we can connect with the RabbitMQ into the all our microservices. So that's all. Now let's run one by one. So currently it's no more running. So if you go here and let's refresh Eureka, so it will show the page not found. It should come, right, because the site cannot be run because you have not started yet. So let's start one by one in a proper sequence. So first we will start Eureka naming server. Okay, so let it started. Okay, yeah, it's got started. uh, let maximize this and wait when it's getting started. So if you refresh this, when it got start, the Eureka uh, server, the dashboard will come where you can see all the services, microservices which has got registered with Eureka server or the naming server. Yeah, it got started. So if you see, the currently the no instances available which are registered in the Eureka server, and thereafter let's run the Zipkin server again. So let's control C. Let's terminate this and restart again. Right, so first run the background. Here it is. Yeah, this was the server. So let's run this. Let it run. Yeah, it's got run. So how will you check if it is getting run or not? Go to the Zipkin, refresh this, you should get the dashboard. Yeah, so dashboard came. Now go to the Eclipse and you reckon after the reckoning server, you start the conversion service, right? So let's start the currency conversion service. Okay, let's start. Also parallelly start the currency exchange application which is running on the port 8001. Could not find what. Okay, let it be. I saw some error. Currency exchange application. Sorry. Currency exchange application. Could not find a load main class. Yeah, let it run again. Might be something got wrong. So currency exchange application. Currency exchange. It seems it's already running. Okay. Yeah, naming server, this currency conversion, updating protocol, registered application. Go here in the Eureka and check the currency conversion service is running. Okay, now we have to run the currency exchange application, right? So it's saying could not find a load main class for the currency exchange. So it seems some issue. Currency exchange. Yeah, so let it run from here. Refresh. Yeah, so now currency exchange application is running. I have refreshed that, so it's running fine, right? So now check what all has got is registered. So currently it's currency exchange service only. Okay, go here and see, it is running already. So let's start parallelly the other microservice, Netflix Joule API gateway server as well. So if you see here, currently we are running all 4 microservices plus one Zipkin server which we have run from the DOS prompt, right? Let's go to the Zipkin. See, yeah, now the exchange service also get registered. It's up and running, right? Up and running. So let's wait for the API gateway server as well. Okay. Yeah, so now Netflix Joule API gateway server is also up and running, right? It's auto getting refreshed. So we have all these 3 services are up and running, including the Eureka server and including the Zipkin server, right? So now let's hit one URL. So refresh this. It was the older URL. It's taking time, so it may take some time. Yeah, so it came again. Refresh this. it should come again. Now we are hitting the request from the currency conversion service. Request first going to currency conversion, then it's going to the API gate Joule API gateway server, and from there it's going to the currency exchange server. So if you go to the Zipkin, okay, and here if you refresh this, okay, let it refresh, and if you see this, click here plus sign, service name. Okay, so if you see here, all these three services are coming. It means that services has got registered with the RabbitMQ. The RabbitMQ and the microservices has got connected, and we are sending the message to the Zipkin. So the message we have received from these services, right? So suppose you are selecting the currency conversion service here, right? Leave it blank and then run the query. So let the UI come. Yeah, now see here, all the times that we have run it, it came here. So suppose you want to click this, so the currency conversion service, then the Joule API gateway server, from there it's going to the exchange service. And if you show here, if you click on show, so if you see, it's the hierarchy is basically from the conversion service to the Joule API gateway, and then it's coming to the exchange server. So it's showing with the URL, complete URL, and how much time it took to execute this. This is also it's showing, right? And it's showing the all kind of method like get method getting called, the HTTP path of the currency conversion service, and from here it's getting called, right? So it's getting called from the fin client. What is the IP client address? All these are are coming populated here, right? So if you go here and see, you can download also from here, right? Now go to the, if you can click any of this. So let's see, go back, currency conversion service, or yeah, and better to trace again, run query, it will come here. You can click currency conversion service, and you can click on the Joule API gateway server or the exchange service as well. So I clicked the exchange service, it came here. Okay, the filter all, run query, okay, it's coming, Joule API gateway server, the result are getting coming. So this all, and thereafter you can click on anything like show and all, click on show, and if you see here, this all the traces and the logs are coming at this place. Okay, and you can download also here, right? And all these things will be showing the key value pair, what is the tag and all. So it will show the ID as well, trace ID and all. Okay, so if you see here, services 3 is running, def is 3 means the 3 message has come into the queue. And if you show by the trace ID, let's enter here. If you see what is the coming, what is the value are coming, no value, right? So find a trace, send by that service name, let's put it blank, or service name, then currency, then spam name, or let's put the spam name, and get, and let's run query. So this thing will come, service filter, you can filter from here as well. Okay, so this is how you can trace and all. If you know the trace ID, you can go to the log and check the trace ID, and you can put here. So you can play around the Zipkin UI, how the dashboard looks like. Okay, and you can run there over here. Let's explore more. Close this. I selected this, okay, and I run that query. So I want to run this query based upon the uh, let me explore some other option to show you. Service name is this. If span name I don't know, remote service name I don't know. If you know all these things, you can put a parameter here. Okay, and if you want to show like the last 5 minutes activity or the last 2 hours activity, you can see all these things here, and you can apply and you can check here, right? So even the number of times that you are getting executed here, you can see, right? So the all the you can click on the show notification. It will show you the start time, the relative time, and the address. Even you can download the JSON. Okay, if you click this, it will go here and it will show the corresponding log here. If you download this, download JSON, okay, it will start downloading the JSON. See, downloaded started here. So if you go to the folder, okay, and temp file, there is the file. So you can right click that, and if you try to open in a notepad file or notepad plus plus. No, this is not the file that we are looking. Temp, yeah, now it came. Now go there again to the download. I think its download has got completed. Yeah, this is the file. Open this. Yeah, so trace ID is this, parent ID is this, all things better view and wrap this. Yeah, so see, all these things are coming over there. What is the path and all? If you see here, the parent ID is this, trace ID is this. So by using this trace ID, you can trace the log as well. Okay, so all these things you can get here as well. Okay, so if you can see like how it is useful to track this all, but the most important challenge is working with microservices is about the visibility. What's going behind the microservices? How will you come to know like what is going behind, what is the performance, how it's performing, how the server got breakdown? Hence the Jenkins server enables the visibility of all the microservices. You can see here how can easily you can track and all. Okay, there is many more features that you can explore using the Jenkins. So uh, personally in a live project I have worked on that Kibana. So Kibana is more user friendly than the Jenkins. Okay, but more or less it will be same across all the either you are using on the Elasticsearch or the Jenkins or the Kibana. More or less it will be the same only. So it's explore more on the Jenkins side, how you can easily troubleshoot, how you can find the more visibility while using the distributing tracing server. Okay, so that's all on that the distributing tracing server side. So if you have a time, see you in the next step. Bye bye.